So today's question is about getting back into kettlebell training after a couple years of getting burnt out. So this person has a lot of upper body and lower body flexibility issues, presumably from getting back into barbell training, heavy stuff like that. I noticed that when I'm into barbell training, lifting heavy, so deadlifts, squats, all sorts of that stuff, and mostly a sagittal plane movements, static weight, straight up and down, forward, backwards, hip hinging, very little rotation, stuff like that. I get pretty tense, I get pretty tight because you're staying in that same plane of movement. So kettlebells, especially unilateral kettlebells, like one arm, one side, you get a lot of rotational stuff and you end up doing a lot of different things for the body. The shoulder goes through a broader range of motion, the hips go through a broader range of motion. Think about doing Turkish get-ups and things for strength versus just deadlifts. You do one-arm swings, there's a lot of rotation in the thoracic spine, the upper shoulders, everything like that. But the biggest thing, what I would recommend if you're trying to get back into kettlebells after being pretty stiff and not having as broad of a range of motion as kettlebells can give you, I would start doing some yin yoga, but not pushing it, not trying to keep up with class. You can do some videos at home, things like that, all sorts of stuff, or go to a class if that's something that motivates you more. Start going to a flow. You don't need to go to hot yoga if you've never done it, which I highly recommend against doing if you've never had any yoga work or any experience in yoga. Don't just jump into a damn volcano, okay? So anyway, maybe get back into doing some mobility and stretching type stuff. I think doing yoga and yoga practices are wonderful. It puts you more in tune with your body as the weight, not just the external, not just how you feel with an external weight resistance as barbells and everything like that considered. But yeah, I would take a couple months, or just implement maybe a couple times through the week. So now I'm really, really flexible when I'm doing a lot of the kettlebell stuff that I do. But if I get into just doing kettlebell sport and training only for long cycle or something like that, double long cycle, it kind of makes me stiff as well because it stays in that sagittal plane of flexion at the hip and then extension, everything. That's all that it is. There's very little rotational effort involved if I'm doing a lot of long cycle, clean and jerk.